All right, welcome. This is AeroMegaTen, and it is time to start playing some Final Fantasy X. I hope. Just again, if you're new here, I'm AeroMegaTen. I'm trying to play through Final Fantasy X HD Remaster. It's been about 20 years since I last played Final Fantasy, and just doing a quick audio check here. I hope. Okay, yeah, I hear myself, so this should be working. Yeah, so it's Final Fantasy X HD Remaster on the Nintendo Switch. Been about 20 years since I played it. First time testing out, just me playing games here. A little bit of a confusing setup for me, but we'll figure it out. Um, there we go. I think I can do it like that. Just gonna try to fix this. In a way where I can see the game properly. All right, there we go. I should be ready to go. It's been about 20 years since I last played this, so let's go. I hope that the game audio and my voice audio are level, but no one in the chat to confirm that. No worries. Game audio is a bit loud. There we go. Alright, so HD Remaster, I think I've bought this now so many times. I remember when it originally came out on the PS3. I bought that multiple times. I bought it on the Vita. I bought it on the Switch. I've bought it now again on the Switch as a digital code that came in yesterday. And yeah, I've played through Final Fantasy X. I've played through 10 too. I'm not 100% sure what the last mission is. Eternal Calm, I believe, is like a interlude. But yeah, the original Final Fantasy X for me, played it on launch day when it came out. I believe it came out around my birthday. Got a PS2 for my birthday. Got Final Fantasy X memory card. That's all you need. And since then, that was 2001. I replayed it again in 2004. All the way through. Once with the normal sphere grid and once with the expert sphere grid. And haven't played it since. So here we go. There should not be anything to load, exactly. I always let the intros play at the beginning, but you never know if you have to watch the same intro again. So here's the two different sphere grids, the standard based one and the expert one, which you can really optimize. And I'll probably play with the expert one. Interesting. I'll play with the arranged one. Didn't know there was going to be a different soundtrack. And we're going to have to watch the same cutscene again, I assume. So yeah, I think my first playthrough probably took around 80 to 90 hours. I'm actually trying to see if I can load up my original PlayStation to save data in the near future. And then, yeah, I did both the save files. I think I did everything that you're able to do. Of course, I also had the European version, which included an additional super boss that I believe the US didn't get, and not in the original Japanese version. I believe its name is Penance, which really was a very challenging super boss to beat without his so-called cheesing him. What was I believe one of the Aeons, the Yojimbo bodyguard Aeon, allows you to just pay 1 million gil or something like that, and he will do an instant kill on even Penance. But I beat it legitimately as well, which was a proud moment. Actually, I didn't get asked the question whether or not I wanted to play this.
Listen to my story.
English or in Japanese.
This may be our last chance.
So yeah, of course I've played this with English voice acting all the way through, not with Japanese voice acting. Typically when I try to replay games like the Persona series, I try to play it then with Japanese. That was presented with the option. I'm not sure if it has dual audio or not. I don't think I really ever took the time to listen to the Japanese dub. Of course, we're gonna have to play through the Xanarkand prologue. I mean, I definitely remember this being, back on the original PS2, to be the pinnacle of game graphics. Coming from the PS1 era, this was really one of the first big PS2 games that came out. I think it was either this or Metal Gear Solid 2, but I believe they came out the same 2001. So.
Hey, how are you feeling?
Great as ever, thanks.
Yeah, we're cheering for you.
Can you sign this?
No problem.
Oh, it's I believe they never actually say his name. I always forget if it's Titus or Titus. They tend to say Titus.
Please?
Alrighty.
Me too!
Take it easy. Of course.
Good luck tonight!
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
He's blocking the front row! Fifth from the right!
Got it. Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3... Teach us how to blitz!
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well,
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jacked, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jack all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa, didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jack Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jack's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super...
Make way, make way! Coming through, sorry. Hey, I'm gonna be late. Hey, let go of me.
The first CGI cutscene in a game. I remember seeing it. That's probably a 25-inch CRT TV, if not smaller. Thinking that's the best graphics ever made. But, yeah. We're now 25 years later, so.
Orin! What are you doing here?
I was waiting.
What are you talking about?
As cool as it, Blitzball looks like, it seems highly impractical, and I don't think they ever fully explain how things work. How players can move freely through dense water, but perhaps the water is less dense in this world.
Huh?
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
What the? Huh? Hey, wait!
So yeah, heavy cutscenes of course at the beginning.
Hey, not this way!
Look. We call it sin.
Sin?
But yeah, I'm replaying Final Fantasy X in order to assess whether or not it is my favorite Final Fantasy game. I've played through, pretty much all of them, all major Final Fantasy games except for 16. And Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, like, I'm just counting those as main, like, major Final Fantasies, but
Take it.
for me, the original 7, 8, and 10 are always the sort of the top 3. And I've replayed them
Gift from Jack.
several years
My
ago.
old man?
But I haven't played the original 7 since all the remakes and Rebirth under their honestly.
I hope you know how to use it.
So it'll be interesting to assess whether or not which one just hits the hardest from a story perspective, gameplay, etc.
These ones don't matter. We cut through.
What I really like about this one is it's less active turn-based system. It's really a turn-based system with the flow on the side there. Where you can select different characters. So.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
I mean, my problem with many of the Final Fantasy games that could be played in a sort of completionist way, where you pretty much do side quests before they're available in the main game. The games are pretty difficult. You can pretty much get through with just using the attack button. If you grind a little bit in one one. Again, having played many of the Atlas, AeroMegaTen Persona games, where they are challenging. it's a little bit unfortunate that there's not a hard mode or something like that. Perhaps with the
Get out of
modern
my
ones
town!
more so.
Some can't wait to
Action
die.
RPG gameplay, but from a turn-based strategy perspective, it's almost like that. A little bit different. Used to be PlayStation controls, of course. Final sequel. Of course, you can't die during this boss fight. It only does damage, which means it will only quarter your health. I don't think I've ever tried this so long to see what happens if you let it run out all the way to your health. I don't know if you're allowed to attack yourself in this case. Die. But and I thought this was the final fight in the prologue. It has been a good 20 years. And of course this prologue I have played multiple times. I think I also had a demo disc of the prologue. Pretty certain I had a demo disc, one of the PlayStation demo discs. Perhaps I'm mistaken. But we had one for Final Fantasy VIII, I believe. I had one for Final Fantasy X. We played this prologue. Final Fantasy 13 had a demo disc on PS3. Being able to, you know, get a glimpse of what the game is going to be like. There's the save crystals.
What are you laughing at, old man? Lauren, let's get out of here.
We're expected.
Huh? Give me a break, man.
So, I'm gonna make a assumption that you've played this game before, so I'm not necessarily holding back on spoilers, but not right now. I'm not gonna talk about the story and all stuff. What I wanted to say is, so obviously I played this game twice and have a lot of memories for it. I'm trying to think what really are some of the memorable moments that I'm looking forward to replaying. Definitely the fastest prologue with the introduction of the Sage. The music that plays on that island is always, you know, one of the best songs in any Final Fantasy game. The Sage Island one. I like that whole introduction arc of getting to the Sage, getting introduced to Waka, and even all the
This
main
could be
characters are
bad.
pretty much there, except for Riku, I believe.
That! Knock it down!
What?
And then,
Trust me,
yeah, make
you'll
it to the
see.
first island. I kind of forgot what the name of that island was. It'll come to me the more I play it. Something with it. Now that you say that, it'll come to me. The first island that they get to. You know, going on the pilgrimage, of course. I remember the temples, the Aeon temples, quite a lot. You know, sort of these puzzle rooms that haven't really happened since then. space. Go. Side quest. Never really been the biggest fan of the antagonist in this game. As opposed to the other antagonists in other Final Fantasy games. Obviously, 6, 7 come to mind.
Auron! Auron!
You are sure? This is it. This is your story. It all begins here. Hey. Hey!
My old man?
Checked.
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy. I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore. Anybody there? Auron! Hey!
Alright, so yeah. Kind of forgot about this part. That you don't immediately end up in the state, but that's how it is, right? The memorable moments stick to you more so. Speaking of that, you know, the mountain area that happens later in the game. Something with this in it, I thought you could grab those. I thought it was for the Albad primer, I believe, that you can translate the Albad language, which I always thought was really interesting to see how they did that, where they basically the subtitles hit that for you. I think you can only grab them later in the game. Difficulties with my right Joy-Con, which it seems to glitch out from time to time. Actually go back and see if I could actually grab this item or not.
What do we have here? Nope, can't read it.
So yeah, that is. It's not a more modern game where you have the accessibility features, something you can interact with. You have the tooltips or something, the hover things that tell you that you can interact with it. That's always the fun part about some older games. But yeah, my Joy-Con got disconnected, so I thought I could interact with it, but I didn't. Haven't actually looked. Obviously, I'm playing this on the Nintendo Switch. Typically, what I like to do is play like I would be playing on PlayStation, and at least check what the trophies I have. That's the one thing I'm a little bit sad about when it comes to in-game trophies and such achievements to go for. But yeah, that's what I like to go for, you know, try to challenge myself. I think I looked into it before, because this game obviously came out already on the PS3 and had trouble support. I think I already looked into the fact that had we had trophies back in the PlayStation 2 era, I would have had the platinum for 10 and 10 2, which is what I call a fake platinum, a false platinum, where, you know, I know that I did every boss runs in the game. In a sense, if you have a good platinum trophy design for a JRPG, it typically means you do everything that you're supposed to do. But yeah, given that it's been 20 years and it's also been a good 20 years or so since I played Final Fantasy X-2, I want to say like 2000, summers of 2005 or 6. It was right in my university days, so I was very busy in the year, and typically in the summers I would really play a lot of video games. Catch up on things like Kingdom Hearts 2, bosses here is something that I really enjoy. You know, it's very organic looking shapes, but nothing really resembling of real life here. It's monster design, it's in the bosses is very unique.
I had made it out of the frying pan and into the freezer.
I see that I'm gonna
I thought I was gonna die in this place.
hovering on the right side more so on the left side because the monitors here, cameras there. So I'm trying to make some changes. This is all new to me. I've only been streaming with things like PlayStation 4 and 5, where it's just click the button, never with camera, and the whole setup with using an Elgato HD60 as well. Just a bit switch to this Mac Mini that I switched to computer. I like figuring things out like that, how it works. But it's definitely something.
Cole.
I definitely remember
Fire.
again back in the day having things like being able to start on YouTube. Yeah, I would just turn the lights off in a room, make sure it's dark, and then just set up the camera towards the TV and hope for the best. That's how I was recording gameplay back in the day. I do remember those early days that there were already people who were taking their own gameplay and using things like capture devices, the first generation Elgatos. But yeah, that was definitely not something that I was prioritizing buying or something like that. It was relatively expensive at the time, so being able to afford more games was my preferred style. I really forgot about this section. I'm not 100% sure if he runs into Riku now, or she's gonna help him, and then they get separated again. I just gave up. I will say it's definitely a more limiting opening, as opposed to say, again, I feel like, Final Fantasy VII also has a very strong prologue, of course, with the reactor, and it takes a good while before you're really free to roam around anything. But to me, Final Fantasy VIII really stands out as having to prepare for this seed exam and being able to be free to do what you want to do. Have even some side quests to be able to do. And that's what I enjoyed about Final Fantasy VIII at the beginning. But yeah, you're gonna end up playing a 60-80 hour RPG depending on how much you're playing. But the first hour is really I'll say it really takes a while to get going at this game, but that's part of the charm. Perhaps not. It's no action-packed stream. It's all fine for me anyway. If you're listening to this right now, I don't see that there's many people alive, but it is, people are always more than happy to stop by.
I need food. What do you want?
It was a bad call. Your team lost because of you.
You came to say that?
It's been 10 years. I thought you'd be crying.
Who, me?
You cried.
But yeah, you know, it's I don't even know what I was gonna say, but yeah, you know,
Hey,
back to the moments.
Wait!
It's
Don't go out on me!
there's definitely, and it will take a while to get going. Like
Just
things like
hold
the
on.
Blitzball
I'll get more
minigame.
wood.
Some of the challenges. I mean, it's pretty interesting playing games by yourself. But the most notoriously ridiculous things that you have to do in this game is the thunder pipes. Later in the game, if you dodge 200 electric bolts in a row,
Give me a break!
you are able to get the best weapon from Blue. And I definitely remember sitting there. I would have this small CRT TV, and I would turn the contrast off to the point where the flash was really recognizable, but not really recognizable. I mean, they also trying to count in my mind, as it has been. Let's see if I can think. So far, still on the good attack. I don't think it breaks. But yeah, being able to do that, and of course you're losing out. But in my mind, that is such a challenge. But I think I just did that. I think one time I got like up to 186 and I made a mistake. But I think you also have to count. There's no counter, and I have no idea how the HD Remaster is doing it. And in any case, yeah, here you're getting introduced to Riku, which you don't find really out about until later in the game.
You on my side? Cool!
I like her battle style, where I believe it was you can combine items or something. Trigger some really powerful items.
Phew. That was close. Hey, let me go!
Redek Drak! Ifin, Irisa, Tekika! Bak, Edeku! Gemed?
Fed! Trivida Grisa!
Ralmia, Drakisha Dave.
Ifan Petit, Fapuneket Vedrik. sono.
I mean, I remember if you play through the entire game and you unlock the Albad language, you have the ability to, on the New Game Plus, to see what they're saying. Which, you know, was an interesting little mechanic at the time, but there's not that much Albad language I remember.
Kid, it's Daija.
Hey, that hurts!
Usujek, right?
Whoa. Okay.
Ah, it's brother.
Heinous!
One of the best Blitzball characters in the game. If you play the minigame later, you have the ability to recruit him.
Right, whatever.
Tui Hud Kabeg?
I said I don't understand.
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me? All right, I'll work.
Suchait! Kadufun et Setedamo!
And yeah, I would definitely. I mean, I'm trying to think. Here's the first Albad primer. I'm not playing with walkthrough right now, so as you can see here, the A, the white character gets turned into an ace, which, you know, modern language, of course. A's are used a lot, and then at some point you start to piece that all together. I'll go with 5 unique save files. I always cycle through a lot of save files where I make a mistake or not.
Oh, almost forgot.
So here's the sphere grid primer. This is very good. Especially the expert sphere grid, of course, allows for min-maxing of your characters. Which, you know, is definitely something that I was doing at the time. Like I said, I'm looking to see if I can still have access to my my save data. But the fact that you can completely customize this grid, and I kind of forgot where everybody starts, but you know, especially here with auto life, for instance, some of the nodes here. I believe this is more to white. Of course, double cast, really powerful one. Ultima, this is probably where Lulu's sphere grid kind of starts. You know, just being able to go through this and learn all that, but indeed, especially these empty nodes is where you really want to fill it up with these items that you get in order to do things like level up plus. Like this node, you will get the items to add HP, and then there's multiple levels of that, I remember, and then you have to get the best ones. So Riku starts over there. See, these points, they're like 1 point, but if you really want to min-max your characters, and especially if you want to beat penance, you have to even grind for these removal nodes. So you remove this and you put it down with one that actually raises your stats to the max. Like here, for instance, you have a 2 points, or I think the max was either 4 or 5 or something like that. And that's really what you want to do. And yeah, this is kind of the pre-internet days. We're kind of using internet, but not really where you would have. Like, I mean, game FAQs is out, game facts, but yeah, we'll just leave it for the time being. And
We found some ancient ruins right beneath us. It's not active now, but there should still be some power left. We're gonna go down there and activate it. And then we should be able to salvage the big prize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to work.
Roger.
there's the first random encounter. And Riku would always be in my party because she's really like the fact that you can steal, the fact that you can have these really powerful items synced. I believe Waka, Riku would always be in my party, but now that I remember, you just have free ability to change characters the way you want to. I'm actually scrolling through a walkthrough on the side here, and indeed I forgot one thing, which is the Albert Primer sync. That's how you can indeed sync if you have a New Game Plus. Double check these Albert Primers, which I don't think anything is missing. forgot about this part, but usually I remember he hangs out with people. Hard to see what was a little bit unclear. I thought I kept diving towards the bottom, but... Sure, just beat it as much as you can until it starts working. Yeah, I definitely forgot most about this part. This is definitely not a very memorable part after the Xanarkand prologue and getting to Besaid, which I think is gonna happen soon. It's just a little, really short intro dungeon with a bit of boss fight, but it's yeah, it's not one of the most memorable moments of the game. I mean, obviously one of the other things that the European version had, besides the super boss penance, is also the dark AeroMegaTen fights, which I always really enjoyed. Those were really
Fafutra Irsche! Tradanukt van een
I especially remember things like the Dark Magus sisters being very
Hoof,
difficult.
Proeftu, Tungadib. Wee, Wichita!
Hey!
But again, you could very
Hey,
easily
I
chase
helped
them
out, didn't
by
I?
using your Yamaha, having a lot of money, but yeah, you want to beat them properly. This is, I think, the easiest one is the first one, the Fafnir.
Hungry.
On Besaid at some point. It's one of the first ones you do, and then you slowly make it through everything until you're ready to beat Balance.
Whoa! Right
The
on.
idea of the HD Remaster nerfed made it easier and more difficult to do that.
Hey!
Again, the character model
It's because you eat too fast.
Here, and then you remember it to be in your head. You remember it to be like a smooth animation.
Hey!
Hello there. What is your name?
Riku?
Whoa! You really do understand. Woo-hoo-hoo! Why didn't you say so earlier?
I didn't get a chance to. Everyone thought we were a fiend.
We?
Oh, we means you.
Who are you guys anyway?
We're Albed. Can't you tell? Wait, you're not an Albed hater, are you?
I don't even know what an Albed is.
Where are you from?
Xanarkand. I'm a blitzball player. Star player of the Xanarkand Abes.
Did you hit your head or something?
You guys hit me?
Oh, right. Do you remember anything before that?
So I told her everything there was to tell about Xanarkand. About life there, Blitzball, and Sin's attack. And about how Aaron and I were engulfed in this light. I just said things as they came to mind. But then I started to wonder. Did I say something funny?
You were near Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you'll be better in no time. They say your head gets funny when Sin is near. Maybe you just had some kind of dream?
You mean I'm sick?
Because of Sin's toxin, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, there is no Xanarkand anymore. Sin destroyed it 1,000 years ago. So no one plays blitzball there.
Huh? What do you mean, 1,000 years ago? But I saw Sin attack Xanarkand. You're saying that happened 1,000 years ago? No way!
You said... you play blitzball?
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca. Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca?
Ah.
Huh.
Okay, leave it to me. I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here?
Uh-uh.
Okay,
Big
I'll go
city?
tell the others. Wait here.
I believe so.
Oh,
The main
and
hub.
one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Xanarkand, okay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
Oh, uh-huh. My Xanarkand? Some kind of holy place? Yeah, right, I thought. Since when? Yevon? Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place, that I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future? No way! Whoa, whoa!
Etonic! Etonic!
Whoa!
Stuttered. How that is constrained. Weird reverberation. Audio is definitely getting worse now. Seems to be in-game. I think we're probably gonna take a break there. We made it to Besaid in about an hour and a half. Played through the prologue. Just again, still trying to test this out. No promises that the entire game will be played on stream all the way to the end. There are definitely maybe times where I'll just play it handheld. But yeah, seemed to work pretty well. Having my my Switch connected to the Elgato into the Mac Mini, playing it on the TV here, seems to work well. I'll double check how the sound, everything balances later on. But yeah, if you're watching this later, let me know. I know it's Final Fantasy X. It's not the most exciting gameplay. Not sure why these Metal Gear icons here are not loading. Strange. But yeah, you know, it's the Switch Lite. Well, I can definitely hear the audio being strange now. As you can see here, we've played it for an hour and a half. and then sort of the pile of shame. Games I've played less than that. Of course, this is only for the Switch. I had a Switch Lite for the first 3 years until I think during Final Bar Line I started noticing that the built-in Joy-Con, the analog stick, started acting up. So I swapped to this newer OLED and played a lot of games on it. As you can see here, this is everything that I played. It's a little bit of a breakdown. Yeah, 220 plus hours on Pokemon Violet, 100 plus hours on Shield. I think this is about 65 hours on SMT Vengeance, 45 hours on Advance Wars 1 and 2. I beat that. Unicorn Overlord for about 45 hours. Played through Scarlet, all the way through, faster than Violet, but played through that. 100% of Persona 5 Tactica. Clannad, I mostly played. This I think I played in total for 65 hours, but this was one of those games that I carried over. I didn't do the last few routes. Shockingly, like 20-25 hours on Pokemon Home, just sorting your living decks and making it proper, and way too much time spent on that. I've recently beat Final Fantasy 6 in about 22 hours. Anonymous Code, similarly, 20 something 5. Mufflove, the original Mufflove, Extra and Unlimited. Not the biggest fan of it. I played Never 7. Oh yeah, this is Never 7. So I haven't done Never 17 yet. Wasn't a big fan of this. Didn't age very well. Wonder. Just Dragon Quest 1. I haven't played through Dragon Quest 2 HD remake yet. Again, the leftovers of Final Fantasy 8. I played that halfway through Switch Lite. And of course, Pixel Remaster of 3. Dodonpachi Daiojo. Sambalatro. It's not often that I jump on a trend, but I enjoyed this game. It was fun. I beat some of the earlier decks like 5 or 6 times, but still played for about 10 hours. Pixel Remaster 2, 100%, and then here Mufflove Alternative. It's a very beloved visual novel, but definitely not for me. I already struggled with Mufflove Unlimited, and I gave up and read a story explanation of it, and it's just not for me. Despite the fact that this is one of the absolute highest rated visual novels according to things like VNDB and stuff like that, but yeah. Final Bar Line, this is mostly just playing the DLC. I played almost 100% on my Switch Lite and pretty much destroyed the analog stick on it. Maybe we'll play that on a stream someday. I did about 8 hours of the Unicorn Overlord demo and then carried it over into the main game. This is just me watching the digital graphic novels 1 and 2 on the during my trip to Japan. It was fun to watch that. Final Fantasy 1 Rix Remaster, and then I play through Doom 1 on the Switch Lite, then Doom 2 and Doom 64. Play through Galaxy, but I just beat the game. Somehow Galaxy didn't age that well. I had more fun memories on the Wii. I haven't sat back down and played through Galaxy 2. Getting the quote-unquote platinum trophy on Marvel vs. Capcom. I was excited to get this. I have a lot of fun memories playing through Marvel vs. Capcom 2, for instance, on the Dreamcast. But was really disappointed that 8 was an expensive import because the game never came out physically here. It was a gift, though, for my wife, but still, she has to pay for it. The fact that they were only the arcade versions, so, especially for things like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the roster is already unlocked fully, no side modes, which was a little bit disappointing. I mean, I enjoyed playing through the other games that I haven't really played, but, I just played through the arcade modes with every character and things like that and called it a day. I'm up until the October arc with Persona 5 Royal, so I have to go back and beat it again properly for the 4th or 5th time. We're about 3 or 4 chapters into Raida Remastered. I have to go back to that. I thought it was to be fun to pick up Sonic Superstars, but it was a very underwhelming game. I definitely did not enjoy it as much as, say, Sonic Origins or Sonic Mania. Played through Batsugan. which was fun. Beat Blade Runner Enhanced Edition. I'm a huge Blade Runner fan. It's my favorite movie, so I tried to play through this, but it was really rough around the edges as a 90s graphic adventure, so I just used a walkthrough to play through it once, and that was fine. Luckily, this was relatively cheap. Started Etrian Odyssey HD. Still in the first stratum. I've beaten the Untold version on the 3DS of this, but I haven't gone back. I have the HD Remaster physical card. Tried to get into Dragon Quest 11. I just can't seem to get into it. I'm still in the first town or so, maybe like 2 or 3 hours in. Every single time I pick it up, I can't seem to get into it. And then of course Dragon Quest 1 came out. I was like, maybe I should play 1, 2, 3 HD remake. But yeah, maybe one day. Dodonpachi Resurrection. I tried, after my rough experience with Muv-Luv, I tried getting into Fate Stay Night. I played through the prologue and then I just got distracted and kind of, I think this was last year, April, May or something, where I just wasn't really feeling getting into playing games. Under the Feet shmup. Huge Star Wars fan, so I figured I would play Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. This is a cheap purchase, a digital purchase, but I played through The Phantom Menace and I wasn't really enjoying it, despite the fact that I played a relatively decent amount of Lego. Given my wife has we both have a lot of Lego, and she used to work for Lego. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I was excited to. I always have very fond nostalgic memories of Dragon Ball Z. My wife and I, she had never watched it, and we're rewatching it. We're on season 5, the Android saga right now. And I tried playing Kakarot, but the fights were too long in it, so I think I didn't even make it through the Vegeta arc or the Saiyan arc. So maybe I'll go back to it one day. F-Zero 99, I played that a few times when it came out. I got first place a few times, which was fun. Radiant Silvergun, it's a challenging shmup, very grind heavy. Can't really credit feed this, so I just have a digital copy of it. And of course, then Metal Gear Solid 2, I tried to play around, mess around with it a little bit, and same with Metal Gear Solid here. It's too bad that the Twin Snakes hasn't been released yet. I kind of want to replay the Twin Snakes at some point. Played maybe an hour of Tactics Ogre. I thought maybe that was. I bought it for my wife. She has it in her collection. She's holding on to it, but I want to play that some more. Mushima Sama. We're playing Final Fantasy 10-2. I want to replay Steins Gate Zero at some point. It's been very quiet. I think they probably cancelled Steins Gate Zero Elite, taking the anime cutscenes. Played maybe the prologue of Doom 3, played through Asgluda, Triggerheart. Booted up Alien Chronicle, and the performance on the original Switch 1 was very bad. And I was just waiting. This was the day when it came out. And then just booting up this stuff. I played through the prologue of Pokemon Champions, but I'm not really a competitive Pokemon player. And just have it sit there in case they do giveaways. But from what I understand, you're not allowed to take those Pokemon out and put them in home. These are just some random games that, we bought. We have River City. We really enjoyed River City Girls and figured I would play this, but maybe co-op would be better. Have Xenoblade Chronicles. Played through it 6 hours on the Wii. Maybe an hour in. This is maybe playing Earthbound. Some other random games. On the original Switch Lite, I played SMT5 all the way through. Here's Galaxy 2 that we picked up, the 1 and 2 pack, but haven't gotten to. Digital copy of Paranormicide. That seems interesting as a sort of mystery graphic adventure visual novel game. Here's the original Doom that I played on that. Metal Gear 3 Tales of Vesperia on the Switch Lite was more than 100. And then I played through Sword on the DLC. This is all the stuff that I still want to play. I did not enjoy Crypt of the Necrodancer. Asbrade, and then indeed the other Final Fantasies stuff that I still need to play. Played through this on the Switch Lite, 50, 60 hours in. I tried downloading Caligula Effect. I figured, hey, it's kind of a Persona-esque game, should be fun. Lacuna also is a visual novel graphic adventure. I still have to play. This was like free with gold points on one of the stores. I did not really enjoy this. I played through the first dungeon, and that's not really my type of RPG. Play through this. I play through all of these games here on the. This is Pro Gear, one of the cave shmups. You know, I play through all of these games on the Switch Lite. Haven't played 9 yet. Haven't played Ni no Kuni 2 yet. This I all beat on the other platforms, like the Switch Lite. Switch Lite as well. Played this on the Switch Lite. Yeah, Switch Lite, all Switch Lite games. And this I still have to play. So it's everything that is digital or has been downloaded into the into everything. So you know, here's some games that I start playing, kind of abandoned. This is just all the Final Fantasy games and rhythm games. Big fan, but it's been a while since there's been a decent rhythm game. These 3 games have really ruined me, together with DJ Max Respect V on the Steam Deck, have really ruined me for rhythm games, probably for life. Like the fact that Taiko came with 600 songs, this is like 400 songs, 200 songs of all the DLC, and DJ Max Respect. It's really, really difficult for me to justify buying a rhythm game that comes with maybe less than 50 songs. So really, I felt like we hit the pinnacle of rhythm gaming. I've gone back to all the DLC on Final Bar Line. I'm still picking up DJ Max Respect from time to time, because I bought way too much DLC. I think I ended up spending 80 or 90 euros on all of that, and still have to get through a lot of packs. Shmup collection, as you can see, very heavy on cave shmups. This was very cave-like, and then early cave, pre-cave sort of. But this is where I really didn't enjoy Triggerheart Excelica. And I should probably also get Ikaruga at some point, but that wasn't physical anymore, and it hasn't gone on sale. But I also never really gotten into Ikaruga. I had that back on the GameCube before I was really into shmups. The Metal Gear stuff. It was really unfortunate because I bought this and I figured I would play Metal Gear Solid with the Japanese dub, but with English subtitles and everything, and that's just not an option. So that's kind of an unfortunate situation. I'll probably try to play through Twin Snakes on the Steam Deck. And then, games that I still need to replay at some point that I have an interest in replaying. Stuff that is maybe cleaning up DLC. And then games that I still need to beat. Games that except for Etrian Odyssey, that should probably be in the other folder. Games I've never really played all the way through. So yeah. Alright, well, a bonus there to take a look into some of the games there. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm just trying out different things. Streaming in person, streaming gameplay, streaming modern consoles, making some videos, collection videos, and again, just the interactions are good, so just feed me with information. If there's things you want to see, things you want me to talk about, happy to do so. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Let's see here, and yep, stop streaming.